And I can say today, facility management is the profession of the future. I consider it as the most complicated profession on earth, with the main purpose of improving the quality of life of every single person inside this building. Any organization cannot succeed without successful facility management. You need to integrate facility management in every single objective or goal in the organization. Now, how we can manage a building over a lifetime of 50 years, keeping the building in good shape, serving the purpose it was designed for, between 20 to 40% is the losses for poor maintenance or operation.
So basically you are losing up to 40% for the whole system.
HVAC is responsible for 20%.
Which is a huge number.
In the Gulf nowadays, they are designing and building buildings to live 100 years. So imagine those buildings, if you don't have a very solid, clear strategy how to manage them, they will not live. A facility man should be there on the table, right there at the concept level. There's a saying, say, if you cannot measure it, you cannot manage it.
العالم بتفكر انه البنايات هن بس معمولين ازاز، بيتون، اركيتكتور وكل هودي السمول ديتيلز، بس ورا كل بناية عنا اوبريشن، عنا سيستم، عنا مانجمنت عم بيأثروا على كل هيدا السيستم. اليوم حنحكي مع مسيو شكري عن كل شيء خاصه بإدارة المباني ويعني اوبريشن فاسيليتي مانجمنت. إذا بليز فيك تقلنا شوي عنك beyond the titles and the certification.
Thank you, Mathilde, على الانترفيو. Over like 25 years, I've been working into this exciting dynamic field called facility management, trying to transfer my knowledge, my experience to the professionals working in this field. And knowing that this sector or this profession, I consider it as the most complicated profession on earth because it combines, actually it integrates people, the place and the process with the purpose of improving the quality of life of people and the productivity of the core business. And this is typically the definition of facility management. So the lack of knowledge and skills in this field is huge now, and I'm trying to bridge the gap between the building and all its components and the skills, the process needed to be performed. So, and this is a continuous process, doesn't stop actually.
It keeps evolving actually, right?
By the day.
By the day.
By the day.
Okay. سو إذا بدنا شوي نشرح للعالم فكرة الفاسيليتي مانجمنت أو إدارة المباني. إذا حدا عم بيسمعها لأول مرة، إذا بدنا هيك to explain it in a very brief and easy way.
Well, facility management, I can say it's an old and a new concept. Old because from the beginning of the Industrial Revolution, when we started manufacturing equipment, and we wanted to maintain those equipment to keep on the production. But this has evolved a lot throughout the years, and we can say that facility management officially started sometime in 1980s. Back then, like we're now talking about 65 years of structured discipline of facility management. And around 7 years ago, ISO standards published special standards for facility management called 41,000, and it defines facility management as the organizational function which integrates people, place, and process within the built environment with the purpose of improving the quality of life of people and the productivity of the core business. And this has made a major shift in the understanding what facility management is all about. It's not just maintaining an equipment, keeping up the building, operation, safety. It's all of that integrated with the main purpose of improving the quality of life of every single person inside
This building. Okay.
And at the same time, it's the, if you want to say, it's the arm, the execution arm for the organization to improve their productivity of the core business.
Okay, you started as an electrical engineer at AUB, and then you evolved into the region facility management expert. Did you always see this vision for your path, or it got shifted midway?
No, of course. Nobody can see it from the beginning. And vision is always evolving. And it was like, it happened suddenly. It happened out of nowhere. I got an offer for maintenance engineer in a hospital. It was complicated in a sense. And the manager challenged me with a probation period of 6 months rather than 3.
Oh, wow.
Because I'm shifting from engineering, pure engineering, into maintenance and partly facility management. But at that time, I'm talking about 25 years ago.
Okay.
The notion of facility management was not there, just maintenance, operation and maintenance. So I passed the challenge, and I started understanding how strategic and important the role of facility management in the life of people, especially living in a certain organization. And the start was in a hospital where we have patients, we have doctors, nurses, staff, workers, every single category of people you find there in a hospital. And the facility manager role is to make everybody comfortable, safe, and productive. And that's strategically a very, very important role.
Very important and very difficult at the same time.
Of course, and complicated.
Complicated, yeah. To basically understand how to drive people, right?
Yeah, and how to make everything around the person working fine, operationally, safety, productivity, everything.
Yeah. Very interesting. And at what point did you realize that facility management, it's not just maintenance? يعني ما أنا بس صيانة، هي strategy, sustainability, الاستدامة, risk, operations, like it's a combination of all these terms.
You know, when you work on a daily basis and you start interacting with people, because facility management is about serving people.
Yeah.
Actually serving people's needs and expectations. Now, when you serve and you understand the needs and expectation of a doctor, then the needs and expectation of a nurse, of a patient family member, you find out that there are a lot of needs, requirements, and they are somehow interrelated, and sometimes they are separated. And you need to fulfill the needs of those people.
Yeah.
And you understand that it's not just maintaining an AC unit.
Exactly.
Or changing a light bulb.
It's the entire system, basically.
It's the entire system all together integrated to make everybody at the same time happy, comfortable, and productive. And this is not an easy job.
Yeah, I align.
The problem is people don't see it that way. And we can talk more about it.
Exactly.
in the coming.
If you had to explain your career, يعني كل مسيرتك بالشغل من 22 سنة لهلا 22 years ago, شو المشكل? What is the problem that you are trying to solve?
Because, and starting from where we ended, the problem is people, starting from top management, they can't see or they don't see how strategically important is facility management. Now, and this is the gap, if I can say, the gap between facility management and everybody else.
Yeah.
They don't see that it is strategically important. You cannot succeed. Any organization cannot succeed without successful facility management. Now, the challenge is always to convince the upper management is that you need to integrate
this facility
management in every single objective or goal in the organization. It's the executive arm of any organization.
It's the lungs, right?
Exactly. You cannot say, I want a successful hospital and facility management is in a bad shape. Everything will collapse.
Yeah.
I want a successful university delivering academic excellence and facility management is not doing their job.
Or not considered at all.
They will fail. It will not sustain. So this is the main challenge for me today. And this is also for public sector. Because
For sure.
I'm trying to talk with ministries or governmental organizations. They still not understand how we can integrate and why we need to integrate. Some they understand, but they cannot do anything. Others, they don't see it any priority, and we keep like that. So this is the challenge. I want to integrate facility management into the strategic objectives of any organization.
Very interesting. And I want to add on that point that basically convincing people is actually the main problem in the entire energy sector, right?
Exactly, and everything.
Yes. One point that the global facility management market is estimated at $1.8 to $2 trillion globally,
Yes.
which is a big number. Now let's talk about the world runs on facility management. Okay? يعني العالم كله بيستند على إدارة المباني. وهيدا إذا بدك عطول هيدا الموضوع منلاقي إنه مثل ما أنت قلت العالم ما كتير بتحكي عنه. We don't talk about it that much. It's a hidden industry. Most people never notice facility management unless something breaks or happen. يعني في شيء لازم يصير للواحد يقول I need it. ليه هيدا الاندستري it's so invisible despite being so critical?
Right. Well, actually, if you compare the building itself as a building or designing and constructing a building, and then compared with facility management, people don't see the facility management. They see the building. Sometimes they are amazed with the structure, with the architecture of the building. Wow, what a nice, wonderful building. And they go inside and see everything. Wow, nice, well maintained, cleanliness,
the wow effect,
hygiene, everything. But they don't have the understanding that there is a huge team behind all of that.
Yeah.
Now, and this is also another gap we have, because the client or the developer of any project, they focus a lot of the construction, the design, the architecture, maybe the smart building, the tech building, but they forget about how to maintain this building across its lifetime.
Yeah, on the long run.
Yeah, because we consider that each building on average should live around 50 years.
Yeah.
Right? Now, how we can manage a building over a lifetime of 50 years, keeping the building in good shape, productive, functional, serving the purpose it was designed for.
Yeah.
So, and it's a culture. It's a culture thing, because people cannot still not understand the importance of that. And they don't see the backstage of what's happening around in any building.
The back of house.
Exactly. So if you go to a 5-star hotel, you go inside, you enjoy the time inside, the facilities, the amenities, everything. But they spend a lot of money to keep things running that way. But people can't see this. People are programmed to see the tangible things. They don't see the
behind
hidden.
The scenes. Yeah.
That's the problem why facility management is suffering this ignorance.
Yeah.
In a way.
Exactly. Yeah, basically when we do an energy audit or an audit in general, we see that we pay attention to the BOH or back of house just like the FOH, front of house.
Yes.
It's the same thing.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. If you can give me examples, okay, of what happens operationally behind the scenes in airports, hospitals, hotels, smart cities, more than شو بيصير ورا اذا بدنا الاوبريشن اللي عم نشوفها نحن قدام عيوننا بالمطارات المستشفيات الاوتيلات.
يعني I can give you some examples from my career when I used to work in a hospital.
Yeah.
You know, there are general areas in a hospital, and there are patient rooms, and there are the critical care units. Let's talk about critical care units in an operating room. You know, inside the operating room, you need to prepare the room before the operation, before the doctor comes in and does the operation. You need to have a temperature, average temperature between 18 and 18.5. You need to have a positive pressure inside the room, and it should be disinfected. Now, those three elements has to be prepared in a very sturdy, established process, because any failure in any one of these elements, the patient's health or
You are
death
risking,
is at high risk. So, and it happens. You know, from time to time you hear someone died under operation. You ask what happened. He says, I can know some complications in the operation, and he died. Nobody can investigate what was the real reason behind that, and sometimes they are related to one of
to the building, basically.
exactly
Not to the
either
doctor.
high infection, and the result of either no disinfection was carried out properly, or there was enough positive pressure, or the temperature of the room was above the limit.
Wow.
So, and all of these are directly related to facility management.
كتير حلو نضوي على هذا الموضوع، انه عن جد اوقات كتير نحن نطلع على الريزن اللي قدام عيوننا، ما بنشوف ال behind the scenes تبعه. اوكي، شو ال percentage of building operational costs are usually linked to energy inefficiencies and poor management and maintenance?
I can safely say between 20 to 40%
Wow.
is the losses for poor maintenance or operation. I give you a simple example. A couple of months ago, I read an article about the losses in energy due just to poor maintenance of HVAC system.
Okay.
It's around 20%.
كتير يعني it's a big number.
It is, and if you add operation, that goes more up to 30%. And if you combine all systems in the organization, we're talking between 20 to 40% losses due to poor facility management. And most of those losses are indirect losses. Because you can't see the loss of energy on your energy bill or anything else, because it's not directly related to poor maintenance.
Yeah.
So you can see that an organization is having high energy bill, but nobody understand what was exactly the reason behind those high energy bills. And this would help you in auditing energy.
Exactly.
to check the maintenance program and process for mainly HVAC system.
Yeah. So basically you are losing مثل ما أنت عم بتقول up to 40%
For the whole system.
for the whole system,
HVAC is responsible for 20%.
which is a huge number.
Of course.
Okay. Do you think preventive maintenance is actually cheaper than reactive maintenance؟ يعني الصيانة الوقائية عن exactly.
I can say كمان safely, preventive maintenance is cheaper, but between 3 to 5 times than the reactive or corrective maintenance.
3 to 5 times?
Of course.
Okay.
I can give you a simple example.
Yeah.
A pump. A pump, we have like scheduled maintenance to grease the bearing once every 3 months.
Okay.
What is the cost of the grease? I mean, maybe it's around $50. And what is the cost of the manpower? It's like it takes 30 minutes to do it. And the whole process, 4 times a year, will cost you around $500, let's say. But if you don't do it, and the pump is working and running, and it will overheat, and this will cause a deflection in the axe, and then eventually a damage in the axe, and the whole pump will be
You need to
damaged.
renew the entire pump.
So replacing the pump is around $1,000 or $3,000.
Yeah,
It
it's
depends.
1,500.
It depends on the
Yeah,
size.
exactly.
We have booster pumps
Yeah.
for HVAC or
Exactly.
chiller. You're talking about $10,000 or $15,000. So imagine the difference between reactive
And
and
preventive.
The issue is people don't understand again the cost of preventive, because they say, oh, preventive is an extra cost and we are not ready to pay for that. But they don't calculate the losses they might have. And when it comes to losses, it's not just the cost of replacement, cost of manpower, also it is the cost of loss of productivity or loss of the business. And this is again a high cost. It is indirect cost, nobody know about it.
Yeah.
And the cost of reducing the lifetime of the equipment. Again, this is another cost. Sometimes they don't understand it and they can't calculate it.
Yeah,
So you have all of these are total cost related just to not doing preventive maintenance in the right way.
Even we have the depreciation of the equipment.
That's it.
Yeah, it accelerates,
Of course,
right?
of course.
If we don't maintain the equipment.
Yeah, exactly.
Even that point people don't understand.
Exactly.
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 So if you want to give me real numbers and examples, in the Middle East specifically, what are the biggest operational mistakes you repeat, you can see multiple times? Like it's repeated.
Yeah, one of the mistakes is not investing in training and professional development for the staff. And this is a big mistake because they say, you're an engineer, you are a technician, you are whatever, you can do your job. No, they cannot do it. They need a continuous training, especially with the advancement of technology and new processes nowadays, how to do the work in a better way. This is a new process. Now you need to train your staff. Another mistake is we focus more on capex rather than opex, and we do a lot of investment in the building and the structure and the architecture, but we don't spend time or allocate budget for operating
OpEx.
this building. This
Yeah.
is another mistake. And keep it running until it fails, then see what to do with the problem.
Yeah.
Another mistake is not investing in the right software for managing the facility. And nowadays we have a lot of softwares in the market.
Like BMS.
BMS, CAFM system,
Yeah.
computer-aided facility management system, where it can manage all your activities digitally and with seamless and smooth operation. Again, this is another mistake, and they keep a lot of big organization I meet, because I'm also a consultant. I do audit in facility management.
Yeah.
They still working
On papers. I know.
Come
It's
on.
crazy. It is
Very
crazy indeed, yeah.
And so the gap now, if you use Excel, is also a big gap.
Yeah.
If you're using BMS only, is a big
Big
gap.
gap.
So you need to have a very solid software to manage your
Yeah.
facilities.
If the people that are hearing us, they don't know the difference between CapEx and OpEx, if you can give them a small
So
definition.
CapEx is capital expenditures, is related to all big elements, big components, even buildings. The OpEx is operational expenditures, meaning the daily and yearly cost and expenses to run and operate a
building.
building. So if I put a lot of money to build a very nice building, but very little to operate, this nice building will lose its value by time, and it will lose its function,
It won't
productivity.
be pretty anymore internally.
Exactly.
Yeah, last cause. Exactly. What's more expensive, building infrastructure or operating it inefficiently for 20 years?
Both
Yeah, it's the same, right?
the same.
Yeah.
So not operating it efficiently, it has a lot of cost and losses along its lifetime. So in the Gulf nowadays, they are designing and building buildings to live 100 years. So imagine those buildings, if you don't have a very solid, clear strategy how to manage them, they will not live.
Yeah, they will. The operation
They
will
will die.
collapse.
Yeah.
Yeah. As you said, building consume approximately 36 to 40% of global energy and almost 30% of global greenhouse gas emissions, which is a very big number. Okay, now I'm gonna show a small graph. Okay, if you can just discuss a little bit with me the chart. So as we can see here, the construction cost, it's 15 to 20%.
Yes.
And then we have the operation and maintenance cost, it's around 80 to 85%.
Yes.
These numbers basically are not very well seen by people. And here we can see that HVAC systems are around 40 to 60% from the building consumption, which is more than half of the consumption. We have lighting as second place, between 10 to 20%. We have the pumps and motors, 10 to 15%. We have the plug loads, 10 to 20%. And then we have others like elevator, IT, miscellaneous, between 5 to 10%.
The first graph is, كمان, it's not here, as you said, it's not well understood because we focus as a CapEx, as we said. Developers usually, when they budget a project like a building, a tower, how much it will cost? Like $10 million, $20 million. And they think this is the budget need to be allocated for this tower. But this is around 10 to 15% of the cost across the lifetime. Therefore, what we do is we divide the 10 million by 10%, which becomes 100 million, divided over 50 years. Now we're talking about $2 million as a yearly budget for facility management. And this is not
expensive.
No, it's not expensive.
Oh, yeah.
It's not really allocated.
Yeah, it's not allocated. Yeah.
So they end up handing over the building, and that's it. What about the 2 million and allocation for a budget? Nobody cares.
Nobody will ask for it even, right?
Yeah, and if they want, they give you like خد هاي 100,000 200,000 دبر حالك. So that's the problem.
Yeah.
That's the problem. So, and this is, and the graph you showed me is the best practice, and it's across all industries or sectors in terms of buildings and facilities.
Okay. It's a core problem, basically. It's not superficial.
And that's why we ask always, and this is one of my calls, integrate facility management from day zero for any construction project.
Don't wait for the problem.
No, I mean, but I mean, don't wait till handing over.
Okay. Even before.
Day zero.
Day zero.
So, and facility management should be integrated, a facility management should be there on the table, right there at the concept level. When the owner is thinking of a building, get your facility manager there, and he or she will take on the process till the handing over.
Okay.
Why is that important? Because when you integrate facility management, they will tell you, don't go with this design because this will cost you much higher
on the long run.
In the long run, because we're talking about the 80% of the building. So if you enjoy like 20%, just one nice building, but you can't maintain it, you can't keep it, or the cost of maintaining will be much higher, then this will be on your cost. So they will adjust the design, modify, give better alternatives. Sometimes they integrate innovative solutions so that the 80% of the cost would be much less than without facility management.
Wow. I think in most cases, we don't see a facility manager from day zero. I don't think we see a facility manager from day zero, right?
And some developers now, they are aware of the importance and they include.
Nice.
Yeah, but
it's a small percent. Yeah.
Very few.
Okay. If we want to know now go into numbers, energy and sustainability, the real cost of inefficiency، الكلفة الحقيقية لعدم efficiency. إذا هلأ شوي عم نحكي numbers, okay? In your experience, what is the fastest ROI upgrade a building owner can make? ROI, return on investment. بعد قد ايه نحن بنرد حق على الشغلة؟
I can start with a CAFM system.
Okay.
CAFM system has a shortest ROI because facility management will be largely enhanced with the right CAFM system.
Okay.
Retrofitting lighting also could be
Exactly.
fast ROI. Maybe renewable energy like solar.
If they have a good amount of space to include the PV system. Yeah.
These are the, when we go to technology, then it is not fast ROI, but
it's good ROI. One. Okay. What's the relationship between maintenance, sustainability, carbon emissions, and operational costs?
They are all interrelated. And so, again, as I said maybe earlier, a green building meeting like sustainable goals cannot maintain meeting those goals without proper maintenance.
Okay.
So I'll give you an example. A LEED certified building, maybe gold or platinum. One of the elements is the amount of water consumption, all right? And by design, they got the certification. But if at a certain point there is a leak in one of the pipes, in a flexible pipe, whatever, the amount of water will increase. And then this building would not anymore meeting the sustainable goals or LEED goals due to poor maintenance. And this also has cost impact on the organization. All of these are not very direct and nobody can
quantify them directly.
Exactly, quantify them in a very clear report sent to the upper management and then try to find solutions. And it always, I mean, from my career, they can be easily hidden. Nobody can see them and nobody can notice them. And things go on.
It's a running cost.
It is running cost and things go on. خلاص ما حدا شايفها. And this is why I approached upper management in my audit consultation, and just to make sure that everything is working fine with you and there's no hidden expenses or waste happening without you noticing or knowing about it. And sometimes the facility management, they don't know, or they are not aware, or they know and try to
they're trying to
mitigate or hide
or not see the small leaks, right? Okay. Do you think AI will completely transform facility management within the next 10 years?
Partially.
Okay.
Partially. AI will not, it will transform, but it needs a lot of time to reach to fully.
To be incorporated.
It is incorporated, but to be fully incorporated because we still need the human element.
For sure.
Because technology is a tool for us to understand better, to have more data, but we need the human element to understand and implement.
Yeah, to run basically the AI system. What industries in the Middle East are currently leading in smart operations and sustainability? بتحسون انه خلص ماشيين بالطريق المضبوط؟
Well, if you can say airports and يعني في challenge بين airports oil and gas. They are implementing the technology in a best way possible to increase the productivity, to increase performance, and occupant satisfaction, people satisfaction. Now, in the oil and gas, it's more about productivity and efficiency. In airports, it's more about customer experience, اللي هي comfort و satisfaction
Yeah.
and also productivity.
Okay. A small example مثلا عن هذا الموضوع انه a shopping center mall with poor ventilation and thermal comfort reduces customer stay time and affect retail sales indirectly.
Sure.
So people will basically leave the mall إذا شوب أو سقعة زيادة عن اللزوم.
Definitely. هيدي what we call it building sick syndrome.
Okay.
Either it's too cold or it's not comfortable.
hot.
Or too hot. It's not comfortable. And it is sick. يعني sometimes the engineering people or facility management, in order not to go into, it's hot, it's warm, it's not comfortable, they reduce the temperature. And that becomes another discomfort inside the building. And because you become too cold, uncomfortable, and again, you need to leave. So how to reach the best range of temperatures so that people are happy, comfortable, and satisfied, especially and like in malls, because you have dynamic traffic. During the day, maybe low traffic, you need to adjust the temperature. Some hours in the day where you have a very sudden change in the traffic, you need to adjust the temperature because chillers, they need like between 30 to 40 minutes
to change the temperature
to reach the set points you want to have, and this will affect the people. And if the traffic is increasing and dynamic,
it will affect the operation.
The facility team, I guess, will be in a very bad situation. That's why now with technology, we are introducing IoT devices to monitor the traffic, temperature, humidity inside the mall, and to give us quick message or signals to the system to adjust,
change the set point
before the human interaction, because we have some delay.
Okay, so it will change the set point automatically.
Yes.
Okay.
So that to keep up with the amount of people inside the mall.
Okay. Let's talk briefly about the smart cities and the future. Okay, everyone talks about smart cities, but operationally, what actually makes a city smart?
Integration of data. So sometimes buildings or owners or developers, they think if I install all types of technology inside the building, that will make it smart. No, it will not make it smart. It will make it overloaded with technology without use. And I always give this example. If you buy the latest mobile device, iPhone 17, whatever. And I ask my students inside, because I teach also facility management.
Okay.
How much percentage of the technology in this mobile you're using? Most of the answers would be around 10 to 15%.
Maximum. 20%.
Yeah. So what is the benefit of having a technology without using it the right way or to use it fully? So in order to have a smart building, you need to integrate those systems. I can have it like one or two systems inside, but fully integrated, that's a smart building. So it's not like just having all types of technology and not connected, not using the data properly, or we reach what we call data fatigue, where a lot of data, but I don't know how to deal with them.
The system will fail.
Yeah, and systems will fail, and how such a system will fail with all technology? Because you're not integrating all of this together.
You're not using the data.
Exactly.
Okay. Can a city truly be sustainable if its operations are inefficient?
A city that is sustainable without efficient operation is just marketing.
Trends, names. ما هيك؟
Yeah.
أصلاً عم نشوفها يعني we can see that people are going for the buzzwords, the trends, and deep down they're doing nothing, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
So that's why I always ask facility managers working in different sectors, have you prepared your facility strategic plan before implementing any activity or Most of the answers even haven't heard of such a term, facility strategic plan. So in order to succeed in any organization, you need to have a strategic plan. And we call it facility strategic plan because it will integrate and combine all systems, all operation, all services, all equipment into one plan to deliver the purpose of this building.
Yeah. Okay. A small game. Okay. أنا رح فرجيك A و B. You will choose one. هلا ديجا هي معروفة شو you're gonna choose بس إنه let's شوي هيك مثل emphasize إنه why we are choosing the other option. Traditional buildings or smart buildings?
Smart.
Okay. Reactive maintenance, preventive maintenance.
Preventive.
Okay. Inefficient building operations, sustainable building operations.
Sustainable.
Okay.
But with a clear process for efficiency.
Yeah. Not
Because-
just marketing يعني.
Yeah, not to have it just sustainable يعني بمعنى انه بنحط زرع على البنايه على الواجهه او بنحط solar.
Yeah.
But we're not using the solar. And a lot of organizations I audit تلاقي الروف top full of solars. Where are you using the solar? I know now we have generator, we have a low load, we can't integrate that. So yeah, sustainable but with a clear process.
I want to add on this point إنه على طول we can see إنه مثل ما أنت قلت roof full of PV panels. Sometimes the entire system is not running even.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's not running. And هنا بالنسبة لهم they have generator, they have the solar, and I don't know which I'm using. If we go and you test the system, sometimes the entire PV system it's not even working.
Again, this is part of the strategic plan because when we create a strategic plan, the plan includes a lot of KPIs. And without KPI, you cannot really know if you are performing or not, if there are some gaps in the performance or not. Actually, without KPI, you cannot improve. And the whole idea behind facility management is continuous improvement.
Exactly. If we just can explain KPIs for the listeners.
Okay, so KPIs are key performance indicators. Anything you need to measure, enhance, improve should have a number or a value. Give you an example. If we say that this building has to have an energy consumption of, let's say, $50 per meter square. Sorry, energy consumption, let's say 100 kilowatt hour per meter square. And this is a KPI because we need to monitor our consumption maybe,
Based on this number.
and during the year and benchmark it with this number. If we are beyond, that means we have a gap, and then we need to improve. We'll see where we can fix, reduce the energy, whatever, to reach this number. Yeah. And if we are below, that's great. Then we change this number and a lower one and try to meet that one again. And that is called continuous improvement through measuring performance.
Yeah. Basically, if we don't have numbers or a benchmark, we're not working toward a vision
right.
or anything, basically.
There's a saying, if you cannot measure it, you cannot manage it.
Yeah.
So this is a very basic in any management process.
I align. If you want to talk about the risk, safety, and resilience, how vulnerable are major facilities today due to cyber attacks, climate risks, operational failures, and energy shortages?
At risk.
High risk, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so they should try to look at this more deeply.
Exactly.
Right?
And again, during the development of the facility strategic plan, the first process in the plan is risk management, where we identify all risks possible inside the building, related to operation, customers, occupant, whatever. And we convert those risks into mitigation measures, action plan, and connect it to key performance indicators so that we monitor the performance of the building related to those risks.
Okay. If a young engineer wants to enter facility management today, where should they start? A side note, you train basically engineers.
I train. I'm an approved instructor for facility management in the Order of Engineers in Lebanon, in Jordan, in Qatar, and Saudi Arabia. So if you want to have a glimpse about facility management, register in, like if you are in Lebanon,
Yes.
register in the Order of Engineers. You don't need to be an engineer, by the way.
Okay.
Because facility management is not just engineering, it's management in
general.
the big picture of it. So take a course about facility management, and a lot of people who took the course with me, some of them, they were already working in facility management, but it opened their eyes to a different perspective.
They saw the big picture.
Yes, and some who were not into facility management and said, oh, come on, it's very nice profession. And they started learning more and trying to find jobs in facility management. And I can say today, facility management is the profession of the future.
It is indeed.
One of the skills that engineers need to take is data analytics.
It's very important. Everything related to data, basically, right?
Yep. And if you want to leverage your skills, you learn data analytics, because this is where we need a lot of
people to work in. Yeah. Okay. Quick fire round. I'm going to ask you fast questions. I need fast answers. Most overrated building trend?
Technology.
Okay. Most underrated operational upgrade?
Predictive maintenance.
One thing every building wastes too much of?
Energy.
Yes. Smart cities, reality or marketing?
Reality.
Okay.
But with a clear process.
Okay. If you don't have a clear process, it's marketing. One country doing infrastructure right?
Nowadays, Saudi Arabia.
Okay. One word to describe the future of infrastructure?
Data analytics.
Okay.
Because now with the digital twin system, you can digitally copy any infrastructure with all data connected, and you can read and monitor and track anything within the facility. So you have amount of data, but organized in a very structured way, so that you can take the right decision at the right time.
Impressive. Okay. Let's end. If the world listened to you for 1 minute, what should we start doing differently tomorrow?
Integrate strategic planning with facility management.
Wow. Okay. Okay.
If you do this, everything will be solved.
بس لأعمل a small recap before ending the episode, it's very important to see the huge role that a facility manager should have nowadays in our facilities, because as you said, we have running costs of inefficiencies that we cannot see. It's hidden, and it's basically taking our money away without even noticing.
Right.
So we should basically have someone specialized look at the problems, find them and solve them to have a better operational building and facility, right?
I will end with this
Akid.
saying about facility manager. Facility manager is someone who solves problems you never thought of in a way you will never understand.
I totally agree. Thank you.
ثانك يو لك.
It was a very interesting episode.
Thank you.
إن شاء الله كل العالم يكونوا عن جد استفادوا منه.
Sure.
Thank you.